1907 was a time when Einstein was really basking in the globe of having already discovered what we call the special theory of relativity. He set himself around that time on the goal of understanding an even bigger mystery, the force of gravity. Now you need to know that around 1907, many physicists believed that gravity was pretty much understood from the work of Isaac Newton. However, Einstein was, of course, the kind of thinker. He was thinking about the force of gravity that everybody was aware of and thought that we understood well. He asked a very simple and basic question that no one seemed to have the answer. And that question was, how does gravity really works? How is it that one object in the universe like the sun can somehow exert a pull on another object like the earth, even there is nothing connecting them? Where there is effectively empty space between there, how does gravity get the job done? Naturally, to try to answer that question, Einstein went to the Newton's Principia, which has all the results in math and physics that Newton found in his lifetime. Einstein went over the Principia. He opens it up to letter G, which means gravity, or the gravitational constant G. The law of gravity, the Newton had written down in late 1600s. And then he goes little further and get on a kind of note for the mechanism by which gravity operates. There Einstein finds something surprising, because Newton basically says, I don't know how gravity works. I have been only able to work or write down on equations that seems to given its influence. If you ask me how it actually gets the job done, I don't know. Most the readers at that point would simply read on. But here is where Einstein was different. He spent 10 long years trying to figure out how gravity works, and he finally came to the answer with his so-called theory, general theory of relativity. Let me just quickly describe to you what he found. Forget about the universe and gravity for a moment. Instead, imagine that I have a big rubber sheet, stretched nice and tight. Imagine a marble as it rolls across the surface of that rubber sheet. It goes in a straight line trajectory. Now, if I change things a little bit, now I put a heavy ball on the rubber sheet. Now this sheet looks like it's wrapped and curved, deformed. If I take the same marble, it won't go in the same straight line trajectory any longer. Now it will go in a curved trajectory because it's rolling on the curved surface of the sheet. Einstein says that take that idea and apply it to the universe. The fabric of space, not a rubber sheet, but the fabric of space. What would that look like? It would look like this, something like this. So if we go out into the cosmos and use this as a representation of three-dimensional space, which is a little hard to work with. So let me do it some easier by forgetting about its one dimension, say height, and taking only two dimensions, length and breadth. A space like the rubber sheet is nice and flat when nothing is there. But if the sun appears, the fabric of a space curves. Similarly, in the vicinity of the earth, the fabric of space curves. And now focus your attention on the moon, because this is the main point. The moon is kept in orbit because it's rolling along a valley in curved environment that the earth creates. That Einstein says is how gravity is communicated from place to place. Similarly, to keep Earth in orbit, Sun comes in picture by creating warp and curve, due to which Earth surrounds or orbits the Sun, an influence of gravity. That is how the gravity works.